try something new for 30 days.
Yes. Try something new for 30 days. Yeah. I want to put up here. Oh, I'm not actually going to pull up the I'll show you here. Try something new for 30 days is a TED Talk, but this page I'm showing you is just this is how I like to give a lesson to students. So you can see I highlighted some words and phrases that we can talk about. I have some discussion questions if we have time. And then if you look at the bottom of it, I just cut and pasted the transcript into a Google Doc so that we can look at it, we can refer to it more easily, because when it's a video, it's hard to remember details. So this is the style that I make my lessons in.
Yeah, that's interesting, very interesting. I've shared with my friend Annie. She recently joined to your group, and I offered her to make our own videos chat by this way, following by this way. We got agreement to read every paragraph and talk about this, and to discuss, to change opinion, our opinion. She find it awesome. She find it awesome.
It's nice
really.
It's nice to have that structure.
Yeah.
Some purpose. Not that you have to stay on the topic, because I think just to enjoy yourself in English is what is important.
Yeah. Because we have a lot of discussion and chats with foreigners, but we often it is frequently it is not following the subject or topic. We just talking spontaneously what comes in our mind.
That's important also, isn't it? Just a casual conversation is good also, I think. Well, should we talk about this? Try something new for 30 days. This is the transcript from TED, and in the very first sentence, there is an idiom.
Yeah. I can start? Can I start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. A few years ago, I felt like I was stuck in a rut. So I decided to follow in the footsteps of the great American philosopher Morgan Spurlock and try something new for 30 days. The idea is...
Let's just stop there, because I want to talk about that idiom, stuck in. Do you know that one?
Yeah, I got known about that before our meeting, and that's a really interesting expression. Is it an idiom?
Well,
is it an idiom?
I think so, because it comes from so anytime that a wheel, like a bicycle wheel or a car wheel, goes in mud, it makes a hole. And then sometimes, especially with a bicycle, you get in it and you can't get out of it.
Yeah.
So sometimes in our life, maybe we could say you and I are stuck in the rut of eating oatmeal for breakfast.
I would say for Russia it is really actual, because he is not in Russia. There is a lot of bad roads with rats.
Yes, so you know about it.
Yeah, yeah.
It can
So,
be dangerous. It can be dangerous, and
yeah. Mhm,
the same is in
yeah.
our life. If we're doing the same thing every day without thinking about it,
Mhm,
we're stuck.
yeah.
Yeah, and I want to say that Morgan Spurlock is not a great American philosopher.
Mhm. Uh,
He is not
is
a
not.
great, no, this is American humor.
Ah.
He is not
Uh-huh.
a great American philosopher. He is a young man who makes YouTube videos, I believe, about
Mm,
doing new things.
nuisance. Really?
New thing. I think so. I
Mm,
looked it up before, but I forgot the details. But anyway, do you want to keep reading? And then I'll look it up while you're reading.
mhm. Okay. Uh, the idea is actually pretty simple. Think about something you've always wanted to add to your life and try it for the next 30 days. It turns out 30 days is just about the right amount of time to add a new habit or subscribe a habit like watching the news from your life. Yeah, I totally agree. Uh, uh, Majority of us are doing the same things every day and waking up at the morning, going to for their job and came back home watching TV, eating the same food and of course they boring about their life
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
They're
and
bored.
so it is dangerous because negativity are collecting
Mm-hmm.
in the um, um, in inner collecting in inner and some and sometimes um, who can't to mm, to make something new became depressed about their life, and it is mhm,
I corrected you in the chat.
irritativity. Hmm.
Negativity is
Hmm.
not are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
good, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I looked up Morgan Spurlock. So
Uh-huh.
he made the film Super Size Me.
Uh-huh.
So he's
Hmm.
not a great American philosopher. He's a young man who makes YouTube videos and movies
Hmm.
about life's habits, I think.
Uh-huh.
That,
Interesting.
that is
uh,
American humor, where we say something like great American philosopher,
hmm.
but it's a joke,
Hmm.
and that's
I
American.
got you. I got you.
Weird, but okay, I'll read the next one.
Hmm.
Um, there are a few things I learned while doing these 30-day challenges. The first was, instead of the months flying by, forgotten, the time was much more memorable. This was part of a challenge I did to take a picture every day for a month. Now he's referring on the video, he's showing pictures. And I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing that day. I also noticed that as I started to do more and harder 30-day challenges, my self-confidence grew. I went from desk-dwelling computer nerd to the kind of guy who bikes to work for fun.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. And I would like to say about this paragraph, about this idea that really when people makes challenges, their whole their entire organism uh, focused on at the task. At the task. Because of that, it became memorable. And every day you it demands to make to take a pen and write about your steps and to mark what have you done already, what have you already done.
So it makes us more intentional about life. For example, right now I'm doing a challenge. I'm trying to eat more nuts and seeds. So the American diet is very limited, and I never eat nuts and seeds. So this month, I'm trying really hard to add nuts to salads. My oatmeal had walnuts on it. So that's my challenge. Are you in the middle of any kind of challenge for yourself right now?
Actually, I have challenge every day, and the challenge with diet. It is really familiar for me. Sometimes 3 years ago, I was overweight. I had 90 kilograms. I had 90 kilograms. It was really hard for me to move my body and to stand up, to sit to my wheelchair and to go to the car. It was really hard for me, and so I decided to make a challenge to lose my weight, and so it is since I always following my weight, and I always following my diet, and every day I make new challenge with taking of food. What should I eat? Of course, sometimes I eat everything, and I like meat and fat meat. I like.
Yes.
But I should to follow the diet.
Nice. I'm going to move down a little bit to the end, because I think the end has some nice. Do you want to read the paragraph that starts with, "So here's one last thing"?
Okay, so here's one last thing I'd like to mention. I learned that when I made small sustainable changes, things I could keep doing, and they were more likely to stick. There is nothing wrong with big, crazy challenges. In fact, they're a ton of fun, but they're less likely to stick. When I gave up sugar for 30 days, day 31 looked like this. I remember there were a lot of papers of sweets.
Yes. So I highlighted more likely to, less likely to, and then the verb. In this case, the verb is stick. And do you know how it's used here? Stick.
Stick. Stick. I think it something to fix habit. To fix habit, maybe.
So if I had, I don't have anything here to show you, but we could say a stamp sticks to the envelope.
I can make scotch wrap,
Yes, yes,
wrap scotch and stick to the wall.
yes.
And
So when we have changes that we want stick, that means not change, you know, stick with it, isn't that, it's a,
yeah,
yeah, so more likely to and less likely to, and you can practice using those words in your conversations with your friends. I'm more likely to eat salty snacks, and I'm less likely to eat sweet snacks.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Or I can imagine uh, mm, my wife rather less likely to go uh, for soccer game and more likely to go for movie
Okay.
to go to movie theater. Yeah,
She's less likely to go to a soccer game,
yeah,
the movie. Perfect. Yeah.
yeah.
Let's go up and look at the questions at the top. And maybe we've talked about some of these things. Let's look at this one. People often say that time flies when you're having fun. Can you think of a
Yeah.
verbal experience that flew by?
Oh, yeah, wonderful. It makes sense, really. Uh, actually, uh, 24 hours per day. It is not enough for me to learn English. I would like to have 44 hours, 48 hours per day.
Yeah.
Because when I go wake up and starting to reading, listening, and interacting with friends, times life flies so quickly that I sometimes I'm very surprised. Wow, it's already a sunset.
Yes.
And sunset.
Isn't that wonderful?
So, sorry.
Isn't that wonderful?
Of course, it is wonderful because I know it is. It's my interest in. It's my life.
Yeah.
It's my interest. It is my life, and I understand that I'm working with passion. I
Yes.
am working with desire. So.
Yeah.
Mhm,
That's wonderful.
mhm.
Yeah. Okay. What's a healthy habit that you have?
Um, mm, I would like to have more healthy habits, but actually sitting in front um, of the table, uh, I can say um, how he mentioned that uh, dwelling, dwelling, oh,
Dwelling.
dwelling,
Yeah.
dwelling table. I forgot. It's
He said he was a desk dwelling computer nerd.
yeah, desk dwelling computer, and I am always sitting in front of the table or holding my phone
Yes. Yes.
and mm, and lying on my bed, and
Mhm.
so I would like to have healthy habits, but my healthy habits relates with food, and I follow the diet. And when I wake up, I drink a glass of water with lemon mm, um, and honey
Mhm.
and a little of honey. Some honey, and so mm, it's just to make my stomach works well.
Yeah, I can do that.
That's-
Yeah.
yeah. hmm
I've done that a few times before, but I'm
Uh-huh.
not very good at sticking with it.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm not so consistent.
Mm.
Yeah. What about something that you do that is unhealthy?
Oh, unhealthy. Unhealthy.
Well, we already talked about that. The desk
I,
dwelling computer nerd.
yeah, yeah. This dual computer nerd. My wife is scolding me sometimes.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
uh,
Yeah.
Unhealthy habits. Yeah, I eat meat. Um, I am willing to quit for uh, eating of meat,
hmm
eating meat, and but it is really hard to me for me because mm, my nation is Kalmyk and my people are nomadic
Okay.
in past
Yeah,
time, and we accustomed to eat a lot of meat.
I see.
Uh, in Russia, we are eating more meat than others.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think maybe in near future, I mm, I will reduce my consumption of meat.
So that reminds me, I listened to an English podcast for English learners, and it was about being a flexitarian. Let me
Flexitarian.
flexitarian. Maybe I'll send you the link and we can talk about it next time.